overall Iranian ring of fire strategy against Israel, but the United States is obviously directly involved because of the attacks on American military and civilian personnel in Iraq and Syria over the past 6 months since the Hamas attack on Israel on October the 7th. And as well, obviously, the U.S. is concerned with the Houthis closing the Red Sea and the Suez Canal to international vessel traffic. So this problem with Iran obviously has an effect on the government of Iraq and everything that goes with it. And the administration is, because it's confused about what to do with Iran, is confused about what to do with Iraq. Well, it's in the interest of Iran. If the U.S. were, for example, more strongly supportive of Israel, if they had supported retaliation against many targets inside Iran, maybe the nuclear program, maybe the oil infrastructure, maybe IRGC and regular military headquarters and that sort of thing, that might have driven the mullahs to reconsider their whole ring of fire strategy. But I think what the administration is showing now is weakness. It's showing, I think, unfortunately, a willingness to withdraw American forces from Iraq and Syria if Iran would agree not to continue the ring of fire strategy, which Iran may agree to, and then they won't follow it out. So I think it's a dangerous period. I think it's in America's best interest to keep forces in Iraq and Syria, not to pull them out. Well, I think any ceasefire that the militias agree to is something that they've been ordered to do by the Iranians, and it may suit Iran to have, as they have had, basically 2 months of not attacking American positions because they really were afraid of an American attack inside Iran in retaliation. Now, having seen the pressure that Biden put on the Israelis, I don't think they're so worried that Biden will do anything anymore. They can see he's desperately worried to avoid an increase in the international price of oil that could affect gasoline prices at the pump in the United States and hurt him politically. And they can see as well the left wing of the Democratic Party is upset about the U.S. policy in Gaza, and that's going to cause Biden political problems too. So I believe that the weakness that the U.S. and Israel just showed is now being reflected in Iran's approach. Well, that's what he and the government in Baghdad need to do if they have any hope of remaining in power, which is why, from their own point of view, and unless they're controlled by Iran behind the scenes, they should want the U.S. to remain as a stabilizing influence. But you're playing with fire when you say it's time to move to a new relationship with the United States, time to talk about U.S. forces withdrawing, because at some point, if Trump is elected, for example, he may do just that, as he agreed with Taliban to pull out of Afghanistan, and Biden followed through with it. I think that would leave the region as a whole, and the Kurdish regions in particular, in real jeopardy from offensives from Iran. Well, he wanted to do that in his first term, and he was talked out of it because it wasn't in America's best interest. But you can see his ambivalence on aiding our friends in Ukraine and defending themselves against the Russian invasion. There's just really no telling what Trump would do at any given time, and in particular, he's wanted to get out of the Middle East. That's why he negotiated with the Taliban. So I would be worried. Well, I don't think so, except in the short term. He wanted to calm things down so as not to have a negative impact on him politically. And I think in the short term, he achieved that. But the big problems are still there. Well, I think he will criticize the Biden administration for all of its failings in foreign policy, which are quite extensive. The election is going to be very close in November, and Trump could well win. Well, I don't think Trump really has a vision for Kurdistan, and I think that's part of the problem. He just has a general desire to get out of the Middle East, and I'm very worried about what the implications would be if he does win. I think Biden has a different view, but he has to get past November first. Thank you very much.